Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Sian. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more. There are loads of helpful videos on this channel. I'm here today to do a tag which I've seen around loads. I think it started in about October, but I'm not entirely sure. It came from SJ Strum on YouTube. I'll link her channel here. It will be linked somewhere. And it is the baby name tag. So I thought I'd share it with you. I'm not having a baby. I have absolutely no plans to have a baby, but it doesn't stop me liking baby names. So let's share. Right, I haven't read this, so let's have a look. Okay, if you had a baby tomorrow, what would you call them? Right, if it was totally up to me and nothing to do with my husband, if I had a boy tomorrow, I would name them Emlyn, which is a name I've loved forever. It might be my dog's name if I ever get a dog. For a girl, it's a bit harder. I think I really like the name Yola when I was pregnant, which is a Welsh name. I love Welsh names, always have done, always will do. They don't go with my surname, so I kind of had to veer away from those. So I like the name Yola and I like the name Zara. I think Zara. Right, if I had a baby girl tomorrow, she would be called Zara. It's a name that I really like, and maybe Zara Grace, something like that. I don't know. So Zara would be the first name. Question 2, what would you rename yourself keeping your first initial? Ooh, there aren't that many S's, are there? I think it will probably be something like Siobhan. I like my name. I spent a lot of my childhood not liking my name, as children do, but I'm really quite happy with my name. So Siobhan is quite similar to Sian. Irish, I think, rather than Welsh, but we'll go with that. Number 3, what would you have been or wish you had been called if you were the opposite gender? I was actually called Thomas for about a week. I'm not sure, my mum will tell me exactly how long it was. When I was born, they hadn't agreed on a girl's name. They had agreed on Thomas for a boy, so I was called Thomas. My mum wanted to call me Rhiannon and my dad wanted to call me Bronwyn. So I ended up as Sian because my grandma apparently just said, just call her Sian. So that decision made. Thanks, Grandma. So I would have been Thomas because I also was Thomas for a few days until they decided. Favourite vintage baby name for a boy and a girl? For a boy, I actually quite like Eric. It was my granddad's name. I'm not sure if I would name my child Eric, but I like it. I like William and George and all those kind of names as well, but I think probably Eric, if that's a vintage name. I assume it is. My favourite girl's vintage name, I really like Edie and Betty. Again, I'm not sure I would call my child them, but I really like them as names. Favourite nature baby name for a boy and a girl? Now, I have a friend whose son is called Wolf, which is a very strong name. I like Willow for a girl, and I quite like Otto for a boy, but I don't know if that's a nature name. Obviously I'm making it like an otter in my head, so I'm totally making that into a nature name. I don't really know. Robin for a boy is quite a nice one. I do like the name Robin, and I like robins. There we go, Robin for a boy, that would work. Favourite YouTuber's name and or baby name? So my favourite YouTuber's baby name is Katie from Mummy Daddy Me. Her son is called Ren, and I think that's just a fabulous name. I absolutely love it. So she would get my vote on that one. Number 7, favourite literary name. Now, I love the name Anne, and actually my daughter was very nearly called Anne. So yeah, I would say Anne. You've got Anne of Green Gables, Anne Frank. There's plenty of Annes in literature, I think. Number 8, favourite O name that isn't Oliver or Olivia. I quite like Oscar. That's quite a nice name. It's a very common name around here, so I'm not sure I would use it. Oscar, Otto, I said that before in my nature one. So yeah, Otto is also a really nice name that I like. Number 9, what did you wish you were called when you were younger? This is really easy, and I don't even know why I thought I wanted to be called it. I was desperate to be called Charlotte, and when I started my first ever job when I was 16, I kind of asked everyone to call me Charlie, which was short for Charlotte. Even though it was not my name at all. So there's probably quite a few confused people who thought my name was Charlie. Don't really know why I did that. Number 10, oh this is topical. What name would you / did you immediately veto? I don't think I really vetoed anything. We didn't want obviously a name that was the same as mine or my husband's. I wanted my maiden name as my son's middle name, but we didn't do that in the end. I didn't want my children's names to be too common. I didn't want too many people to have them. I also wanted them to be kind of tied into my surname in sort of a historical way, so I made sure that they were. But there weren't any names I think I found that offensive, if that makes sense. But I didn't name my children before they were born. I didn't know if they were girls or boys till they were born. So it was a surprise when they came out, and then we had to name them, because personally I think you need to see them to see what they look like and to see if the name will suit them. So I didn't name, my daughter was very easy to name because her name was what we would have called my son. But my son, we took at least a week, possibly 2, to actually get his full name because we just couldn't decide, and we kept looking at him and thinking, but will that suit him? So I think I wouldn't ever veto a name, because you never know if it might suit the child when they're born, unless it's like a family member and you don't want to name them after them. I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop thinking about that one. It's been really interesting though. There were names that I hadn't kind of anticipated, and it made me think about the names I would have loved to call my children, and oh, it didn't make me broody because I don't want to go there again. I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, and the thought of going back to nappies and babies and all that jazz, whilst it would be lovely, I think, I just couldn't face doing it now. I can see the finish line. I can see, like, it's easy to go away on holiday now. My children are really fun to chat to. They're kind of real form people with opinions and ideas, and I love that. And I think going back to the other stage would be really, really hard at this point in life. I've kind of got goals in mind of like going to Florida when my 2 are a tiny bit older, and if I had a baby too, it just wouldn't happen. Yeah, so thank you to SJ Strum for coming up with this tag. I really enjoyed doing it. I'm not sure if I meant to tag anyone else because no one tagged me. I just thought I'd do it. So I'm not going to tag anyone else. So if you want to do it, go and do it, and let me know if you do, and then I can come and check yours out, because I love hearing about other people's baby names. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to, please subscribe, and if you do subscribe, click on the little bell so you get a notification when I upload a video, and I will see you again soon. Alright, bye!